society cannot condone men who take the law into their own hands, no matter what the circumstance.
How do you wish to plead?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Drop the case.
Quit now, and all this for nothing. No.
You wagered all our lives on this.
You think the jury should convict Carl E. Haley?
Objection! Turn him loose! Do you think they deserve to die, Mr. Haley? Answer the question.
Carl,
Did
don't
they
answer that
deserve to die?
question.
Yes, they deserve to die!
I'm Jerry Hill, and I'm here with Assistant Superintendent Jennifer Weeks. Miss Weeks, what are we doing here today?
This morning we're at the home of Bill Ballard celebrating the launch of the John Grisham Raffle. Mr. Grisham has donated a series of books, autographed and dedicated, to be raffled off in support of DeSoto County Schools Speech and Debate Tournament. The tickets will be $5 each, and they can be purchased at grishambooks.com using your PayPal account, and we just want to encourage everybody to buy as many as possible to support our program, not just this year, but in the future.
Tell me about some of the people who spoke today, Miss Weeks.
We had a wonderful group today. First, we had Miss Frances McGuffey. She was Mr. Grisham's 12th grade English teacher and a great influence in his life, and she talked about her conversations with him around various novelists and various pieces of literature.
I had no idea that he was going to be a writer. I knew that he was talented, but I knew sports was his love. I came to his first signing, and he said, "I bet you never realized I'd be a writer." And I said, "No, I didn't." But he became so successful, and he began visiting our classrooms upon request to inspire the Horn Lake children, where I was then, to try to rise above circumstances. He then came to South Haven and visited, and then we went to the Grove and toured Faulkner's home, and he spoke to them. And each time the kids would come back and say, "I never have read much, but I like John Grisham's novels." And I think it's because they saw that heart, that heart for the common people, and the struggles they had to go through, but how they could rise above them. And he writes books that his children and his mother could read, as he says, and he's still the bestseller.
We also had Mr. Bill Ballard, who recounted his friendship with him. They were attorneys and colleagues together, and for a while Mr. Ballard served as a proofreader for John Grisham's books. And he opened his home up to us. He hosted John Grisham's first book signing here 24 years ago, and we were just excited to come back and celebrate this event here today.
He said, I've been reading what's on the bestsellers list, and I'm convinced I can do better than that. And he started writing A Time to Kill. The original working title was Death Knell, and I have part of that manuscript in the case here. My association with him started when he started practicing law, and I had a case against him in youth court, and I was pretty much accustomed to running the show as county prosecutor, and he gave me such a hard time. He was so cocky, he was so self-assured. It was the first time he'd ever been in a courtroom, and I plain and simply wanted to strangle him. And John and I never discussed the law. We talked about writing and books and that sort of thing. And if we couldn't go to Oxford, he'd call on Friday afternoon, and he'd say, "Is the coffee ready?" And he would come to the office, and we would sit there and visit. And I have been as amazed at his success, not because I didn't think he had the talent, but I remember his telling me, "I don't know if I have any more books in me," and that was after he had written about 3. So he definitely has more books in him. And another thing I've been proud about is that he's gotten people reading books that never read books. And he's looked upon, especially here in Mississippi, as our writer. He belongs to us. And he's maintained those ties to the DeSoto County. We not only have an exceptional writer, we have, as Francis said, a really good and decent guy here.
I'm Tom Pittman with the Community Foundation of Northwest Mississippi, and we are very proud to be able to hold and to house the Brenda Ballard Memorial Fund. Bill set that up in memory of his wife, and it's being used by the DeSoto County Schools for extraordinary kinds of things like the debate tournament and events that help students go above and beyond the regular things that they do, and things that prepare them for life and prepare them for success. And we're very honored to memorialize a wonderful teacher, a teacher of John Grisham, and the fund that is doing wonderful things still and into the future. So, Bill, we appreciate you setting up that fund.
What a neat thing. Good Lord tells us to leave this earth a little better than we got here. And the land bank is, our role is to be, we sponsored the website where the purchase of the tickets will take place. And of course, you just heard, the funds will go into the Brenda Ballard Foundation to be used in the DeSoto County Schools speech and debate team. You never know what John Grishams you might stir with something like this, and but we're glad to be a part of this and sponsor the website that will host. It's GrishamBooks.com, by the way, where you can go purchase the tickets for this. Thank you.
And now we have Miss Emily Nelson. She's our Executive Director of Leadership Development for DeSoto County Schools and a champion of our speech and debate program.
24 years ago, John Grisham launched his professional writing career from this porch. And I bought one of the first 2 or 3 books sold that day. Speech and debate competitions teach kids to harness the power of words. And that is a power that John Grisham understands well. It is a power that was nurtured by this community as a student in our school system and as a young attorney working among us. It is with great appreciation that I thank the Mississippi Land Bank for supporting speech and debate in DeSoto County for the last year and for working on this project that will sponsor it for many years to come. It is my pleasure to thank John Grisham, who is allowing his good name to be used to foster civil discussion, which is so needed in our society today. Today, you may go to GrishamBooks.com and for a mere $5, purchase a raffle ticket with the knowledge that it will go to a worthy cause, the Ballard Memorial Fund, and that those funds will be used to launch speech and debate in Northwest Mississippi. The winner will receive a large, complete, dedicated edition of all of John Grisham's novels, and today they are somewhat rare. They are. I have been asked many times, could you ever have imagined that John Grisham would become the phenomena that he is today? Yes. Absolutely I did. Anyone that knew John Grisham at the time knew that lightning might just strike. It struck, and it could not have happened to a nicer guy.
We have several people we want to thank today. First, we want to thank, of course, Mr. Grisham for his generous donation. We need to thank the Northwest Mississippi Community Foundation for their support of our district and for housing the Brenda Ballard Memorial Foundation. And then, of course, we want to thank Mr. Ballard for his support and for opening his home up to us today.
Remember, the tickets are only $5 and can be purchased online at GrishamBooks.com. That's GrishamBooks.com. Or visit our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/John Grisham Book Raffle. I'm Jerry Hill with the Communications Department at DeSoto County Schools, and we want to thank you for supporting DeSoto County Schools.